Hey Eugenia, it's Dustin. And yeah, today I wanted to make a Valentine's Day video for you. I know Valentine's Day is coming up soon and I like to do something special for you. So yeah, this year I actually wanted to draw you a drawing again. Um, Thought I'd do a little bit different kind of drawing, and it's something that you really love. So, yeah. So this is my first time drawing this thing, and yeah, it was really fun. It was really it was a little bit challenging. I did some new technique stuff and everything, but I'm really happy with how it came out. So I know how much you love flowers and everything, and I know that roses are your favorite flower of all. So I drew a rose picture for you, and yeah, it's pretty large flower. So I tried to fill up the whole page with it, so that you could, frame it or hang it on your wall or whatever you wanted to do with it. So yeah, I just wanted to make the drawing nice and large for you. So yeah, so I guess I will reveal it now, and then I was gonna show you a little step-by-step process of how I drew this rose. So yeah. So here is the drawing, Eugenia. Surprise. Happy Valentine's Day. So yeah, this is the rose that I drew you. And I don't know, I was thinking, I mean, I love live flowers. Live flowers are beautiful, but I was thinking this rose picture, you can have this rose always. And you'll always be able to enjoy this rose, Eugenia, and hopefully think of me. So I love you very much, Eugenia, so happy Valentine's Day. But yeah, I was pretty happy with how it turned out. So it was my first time drawing a flower of any kind, so they're just really fun to draw, actually, I'll probably try some other kinds of flowers eventually, but at first I was thinking, oh, maybe I should do like a bouquet. But I'm like, well, I haven't drawn flowers before, so let's just start with a single rose, before I try a huge bouquet. So I thought that might be a little too much to try for the first time. But maybe eventually I will try a bouquet, But yeah, so just gonna show you real quick step by step. So up here you can see the beginning, I did look online, and there's quite a bit of good drawing tutorial stuff that people walk you through how to draw certain flowers, especially the rose, because it's so popular. So yeah, started out with just that shape of the outside of the rose, as you can see there. Kind of hard to get it perfectly straight on the page the first time. It always seems like the first step in a drawing always seems to be like the most difficult step. It's like once you can get your footing and get the basic spot in the page that the drawing will start, everything just kind of grows from there, I found out. So yeah, just getting that first initial step is kind of a big one, because it's like the foundation for the rest of the drawing. So if you don't get the first step right, the rest of it's not gonna look quite right, I found out. So yeah, it kind of took me a while to get the first part there centered and just the perfect shape. But as you can see in the next drawing here, once I got the initial shape, I could start outlining all the different petals, and getting all the little intricate petals on the inside of the flower, because I really love roses. Look beautiful at all stages, but I really like this kind of it's an early to mid stage of a rose. It's like it's just starting to open, but the shape is just just perfect. It's not fully all the way out, so I don't know. I just think this is like the perfect stage of the rose, so that's why I chose this. You could draw it in all different stages, but yeah, you can just start to see the petals there opening up, and they start to curl a little bit, like you can see on the front there and on the sides. So yeah, so I was getting pretty happy with that. And then you kind of start to see the stem. I was drawing the stem down. Wasn't sure how thick to make the stem. I wanted to make it, you know, pretty proportionate. So yeah, and after the stem, yeah, you got the little green things at the bottom of the base of the rose. Not sure, maybe there's like a little protective shield or something. Not quite sure. And then there's also always usually some rose leaves there, so had to add in the rose leaves. So having the basic outline down, I was then able to move to the next step of just starting to shade. I did outline everything like a lot darker because you kind of get the initial light drawing, the light outline in case you need to erase, and then once you have that, then I went back and I darkened it all in when I knew I wasn't going to erase anymore. So yeah, just kind of darkened up all the outlines of it before I started the shading. And the shading is kind of a little different because I wanted to give it more three-dimensional rose. In the past with my drawings, you know, I'm just like, I just do different grades of shading for different parts of the drawing. This one I wanted to go full 3D. So I was thinking, oh, should I color it? I'm like, well, the tutorials I'm looking at are doing the shading. Let me stick with shading first before I do another drawing with full-on color. Because people were doing some amazing color grade shading with colored pencils. And some of them look like photographs. I'm like, dude, these people are like ridiculously good, you know? So I'm just like, I'm going to start with the shading, pencil shading, because I've always liked pencil drawings, but I do love colored pencil drawings too. So I just want to stay with a standard pencil drawing, and I started to do the shading there on the stem, and I was getting a lot more confident. I was more worried about the actual rose itself shading all the petals. So, but yeah, so then I finished up darkening the stem, and I went to just a standard shade on the leaves. So I thought that was the best way to do it, because in this drawing you really want the rose to stand out the most. The leaves are secondary, so you want the rose and the stem part of it to stand out more than anything. So I just did standard shading on the leaves there, and those little green things at the top, I'm not sure what those are called. But yeah, and then it was time for the shading on the rose itself, as you can see there. And yeah, this was just petal by petal doing the shading on each portion, and I'm really happy with how it came out. The tutorials helped tremendously, you know. If you follow their guides, it's, yeah, doing the shading on the petals with the pencil, and then you kind of do it lightly, and then I kind of went back. They were showing this technique you use with the Q-tip. So you go back after the shading on the certain areas you want shaded on the petals, and then you take the Q-tip and you just rub the pencil lead shading. So you rub that with the Q-tip end, and it'll start to blur that shade like just right, like a shadow. So I was like, whoa, this is like the coolest technique. So yeah, went through with the Q-tip and just blurred all of that together. And the shading at the end, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. I'm like, I'm like, that looks just like the tutorial. That's amazing. So yeah. So yeah, I was really happy with how the shading came out for 3D look. So yeah, anyway, so that is the full drawing. But yeah, I learned a lot on that one too. So really happy with how that came out. But anyway, hope you liked the drawing, Eugenia, and just wanted to say again, happy Valentine's Day, and I love you very much. And would you be my Valentine? Hope you want to be my Valentine, Eugenia. So yeah, let me know on the drawing. I'd love to send you the drawing so you can have it to put in your room or whichever room you want. Just thought it'd be nice if you have this. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I don't show this in here, but I'm going to sign it and write some stuff at the bottom. So I didn't do it on this drawing yet, but I will. And today I saw that you went to Massachusetts to go to some appointments, dentists and stuff like that. So yeah, sorry you were so tired. Maybe you didn't sleep last night, but sounds like you fell asleep in the car on the way up. So that's good that you were able to sleep on the way. And I saw all the snow that you were recording on Instagram stories. Oh my gosh, it looks absolutely beautiful. Like you were showing, it looked like a white church or something with tons of snow. It looks like when you got to Massachusetts, maybe that's the town where your appointments are at, but it just looks spectacular. So yeah, and I make sure and I save the pictures that you post on Instagram stories. Like a few days ago you did some more snowy horse pictures that I thought were just beautiful. Those horses look amazing in the snow. So glad you can see all that beautiful snow on the way up and everything else. Or when you got there, I think you were sleeping on the way up. But yeah, Massachusetts is just an amazing state. It looks so beautiful. Well, just like Connecticut, And upstate New York, I was looking and there's like tons of mountains in upstate New York, and thick forests. I'm like, wow, it looks like Oregon in upstate New York. That's crazy. But yeah, it's just amazing there in the Northeast, especially when it snows. Oh my God. But yeah, okay, Eugenia. Love you very much again, and I'm sending you. There's some Valentine's kisses, and I'm sending you lots of hugs too. So probably send this video a few days before Valentine's Day, so happy pre-Valentine's Day. But anyway, love you, Eugenia, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, hope you're having a good day or a good night. Love you. Bye.